Hey y'all, thank you for clicking on my video, visiting my channel. Um, this is the Eccentric Mystic, and I'm here with another Sunday special message. I cannot remember right away what I called my last Sunday. Was it like Sunday? I'm looking it up because I don't even remember. But I have another like nudge to do it again. Like another Sunday. Um Let me see what I called it. Sunday. Oh wait. Oh, Sacred Sundays. Yeah, Sacred Sundays. Um well, I am being nudged yet again to do another Sacred Sunday. Sacred Sunday message. I'm always changing the names of things, so I had another idea, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with Sacred Sundays. I like that. So, anyway, it is Sunday, April the 19th, and yet again, I have had thus far a beautiful morning. Um, I feel great. It's 7 a.m., and I'm already back from the gym. I went to the gym, and what's crazy is I went to the gym only twice last week. My goal is 3 times minimum a week. But because at work, I had a big event that I was in charge of. And so one of the days, or the day that I had the big event, was an 11-hour day. So, yeah, it kind of messed up my workout schedule. But, yeah, that typically happens when I have something big at work and I have like longer work days. Then, yeah, the gym schedule gets interrupted. But I'm back. I went this morning. I love Sunday mornings. I wish every morning at the gym was like Sunday morning at the gym. Barely anybody up in there. I get to be in my own little world. The bottles of like sanitizer or whatever is refilled. I don't got to worry about not having no access to the sanitizer to clean the machines down that I use. It's great. Parking lot barely full. It's great. Anyways, um, yeah, I did do that. I did do that. So I feel happy with myself about that because, of course, I was a little tempted to stay in bed, but I got up and here now. So I did have another video posted because I already had it scheduled to post. This is in addition, and this is getting posted the same day. So today when I'm done. So I was at the gym, and one thing that came to mind that really kind of never has before. First of all, if you don't know, now you know that I'm a lover. Uh, I love love, and most of my life has been a spiritual warfare journey. A journey of spiritual warfare in the area of love, so that I've had to protect my capacity for love. I've had to protect my outlook on love, my ability to love, my willingness to love, my belief in love, uh, my nature of love. You know, it's like it's been a war on my nature, really, of being being of love. You know what I mean? Like relationship after relationship, or connection after connection. And I think that it's love, and that love is involved to any extent, and it's going to just grow, and it turns out to be the opposite, turns out to be an unequal, incompatible situation, a hurtful situation, a negative, um, harmful. abusive, manipulative uh, situation over and over and over. And not just in the areas of romance and, you know, that kind of love and relationship, but family, friends, over and over and over, you know, just simple connections. I mean, mentorship, connections with others who I've kind of gravitated to for like mentorship. Same. So that's been my life thus far. And I am so wanting to be able to say it's over. Cause listen, I don't whine and 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 wallow about it anymore. I have at times in the past because it'd be like, fuck this shit. Like, get me out of here. you know, like feeling like an alien and being like, where's my alien family? Please beam me up now. Beam me up, Scotty. You know what I mean? Like ET phone home type shit. Like, I don't belong here. What is going on here? Who left me here? I have to talk to the manager. You know what I mean? Type. Like, what am I doing here? Literally. And I don't whine about it and all that no more because I have a greater understanding now of how life kind of works for all of us. I love the resource and the tools and guidance provided by astrology. I do. Numerology, all of it. Spirituality, all of it. Okay. I do not discriminate. I do not discriminate with the energetic and spiritual metaphysical tools out there. I even utilize the Bible at times. Like, and that's what I was raised on. But I do not lock myself out from or off from other resources and tools. I don't. So, astrology has let me know that, we come here with we have the ability to understand our spiritual, or at the very least our astrological fingerprint. Like, we all have fingerprints. Everybody has their unique fingerprint. No two fingerprints are the same. That's what they tell us, right? I don't know if you're cloned and this is something different, but at least humans, natural humans, that's what they say. No two people have the same fingerprint. A fingerprint is your unique signature to who you are, right? Physically. So I believe also astrologically, we have the same thing with our astrological birth charts. Everybody was born at a time, in a place, and uh, all of that put together, just like an equation, adds up to our astrological, like, fingerprint. Even though I more so want to say blueprint. Um, so with mine, when I was born, given the when and the where all put together, Venus, the planet that rules love, money, beauty, was retrograde. Okay? Venus was retrograde when I was born. So when I first learned that, I was like, oh, so am I going to be without love? You know, like, is that, you know, um, there's more to my chart, but I think I'm going to hone in on Venus for now. Venus was retrograde in my fourth house. So, fourth house ruling home and family and roots and ancestors, you know. Um, so at first I was like, damn, I don't think that's good, right? But then when I learned that I was someone who you could describe as having a deficit in self love, I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is the manifestation of that Venus in retrograde, you know. Because what I've realized is ain't no getting away from your astrological blueprint. So you might as well learn it. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care. Like, and I say that because I always have inside of me the opposition to astrology because I was born as a Christian. Well, born. Oh my goodness, take that back real quick. I was raised in a family of Christianity, but watered down, okay, hypocritical, like, um, but as I studied the Bible on my own, like eventually that led me out of Christianity. That ain't that funny? I studied on my own and it led me out of this box, But as I studied it, studied the Bible on my own, I realized astrology and numerology is all throughout that Bible, and Jesus knew about it. So, anyways, you know what I mean? Like literally, the three wise men who were astrologers followed the North Star to find where Jesus was being born. That's astrology. And then it even goes deeper than that. Like Jesus is a whole symbolic story of an astrological event, literally. So, anyways, but it's levels to everything. I always feel like it's levels to everything, at least seven. At least seven levels, layers, even to us, seven chakras. Anyways, um, yeah, I remember when I came across the teachings of Ross Rosenberg. Shout out to Ross Rosenberg. I came across him on YouTube, and he's a great um, psychologist and counselor and author in the area of empaths and narcissists, the dynamics of empaths and narcissists. When I started learning about empaths and realized that I was one, and I'm still having a close relationship with Jesus in the Bible, I realized Jesus was an empath. So then, you know, I kept on going in regards to learning beyond Christianity, you know, maintaining an acknowledgement and appreciation of Jesus and the story of Jesus, and also learning about empath and narcissism because I was an empath, or I am, and realizing that I was at the time. Anyways, I got the book The Human Magnet Syndrome by Ross Rosenberg, and he talks a lot about the tango between empaths and narcissists. And I was in a connection um, where I was dancing the tango and had been for several years on and off with this bona fide narcissist. And so, you know, when I then look at astrology, I'm like, oh, well, let me go back. Ross Rosenberg, he's the one who I was introduced to the concept of self love deficit. So, like, self love, right? And then realizing, like, oh, like, I need to focus on my love for myself. And never really had understood that. Never had that been brought up in church, about self love. Like, what? Like, love was always about the other. You know, you're telling me that I need to focus on love for myself, like the energy I give outwards, not only naturally, but also am encouraged to do. I need to turn that within. So then, me and my studious brain, very meticulous and studious, I realized, oh shit, Venus retrograde, that's what that's about. So I'm going to have a significant portion of my life focused on learning how to love myself because I was terrible at it. I was terrible at it. I mean, everything was focused on the other. Everything, every way I was taught and raised and encouraged, like it was about the other. What am I doing for the other? Even as a little girl. Even as a little girl. And it's like, that's not fair. Right? Like, I'm a child. Like, what do I have to give? Like, you know what I mean? But that's what it was, y'all. Venus retrograde, that's what it was. That's what my path was laid out to be. And I have spent several years with really learning self-love, and not just mentally. I remember when I thought I got a handle on it because it was very mental, and I had started to implement it in my life. Like, starting to tell people no and fuck the consequences. I'm gonna, I'm gonna love myself, and I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like that. And I'm starting to see like stuff crumble, relationships tear apart. Like, I'm hurt. Hurt. Like, damn, this is what happens when I stand up for myself, when I, tell my truth as opposed to holding back because of somebody else's feelings, not wanting to hurt nobody else's feelings. Um, truth, ugly truths of others being revealed, you know, more loneliness, more um self-consciousness, I think, because then I'm like, well, shit, if this is what is being revealed around me, what am I doing here? What the hell? Like, what the hell is this? So I'm like, so here I am, because what the self love learning taught me to do was to be authentic and to let them know, you know, let everybody know what the real is. I started tapping more into my creativity, writing songs, singing, then rapping. Realized actually I'm a pretty good rapper. But I had a lot to get out of my system, and just, unexpected truths being revealed through people around me. And I was like, damn, there's more narcs around me than I thought. Friendships, just regular people. It hurt, bro. It hurt being a lover for real. Like, that shit hurt. So then I'm like, well, I'm gonna wall myself off, you know? I'm gonna wall myself off. Um, and I thought, I don't know, it got to a point to where, okay, I remember I moved across the country. Yeah, after I moved, I definitely walled myself off, right? Because I moved and I wasn't taking nobody with me. Um, but I remember after I moved, bro, I'm like, I did it. I did it. You know what I mean? I did it. I did it. I'm starting new. I didn't let a whole bunch of stuff go. I didn't let that go. I don't gotta have that job. I don't gotta have that friend. I don't gotta have that family. I ain't married. I ain't got no kids. I am free, and I'ma live like it. And I left home, moved across the country, and I was like, I made it. I was like, yeah, I did it. I did it. Man, I did not know it was level 2. Like, all right, you started it. That's why I was saying, like, I started to implement it. And literally that was in the year of like 2021, literally. And it was like, all right, well, you started it. Now, it's time to get deep. Bro, I moved and I really just wanted a break. Shit went to the next level. I was like, okay. Then I started being awakened spiritually, like for real, like realizing what people really be about out here in this world, in a spiritual way. You know, like, spirituality ain't all lovey dovey. It ain't all rainbows and peaches and shit. People out here be really doing the most, spell work and all that kind of shit. So then I started to learn about that and realize, yeah, it ain't just in the area of love and the person you dealing with, but how about the people that they deal with? What are they involved in? The friendships that you make, why are they wanting to be your friend? What are they involved in? Where do they come from? What do they want in life? And how do they go about getting it? Bro, I was like, oh my gosh. So I had decided I'm not gonna quit on my journey. I'ma stay, I'ma stay on my journey. But so with that it became I had to become a spiritual warrior, and that's what it was taking me. So it was like uh yeah, the self-love, that's what it led me to eventually, like becoming like a spiritual warrior, right? And realizing really like love is for me. It's for me. My love is for me first. If if it is to be expanded or extended beyond myself, okay, but it's not required, but it is required for me. It's required for me. So with the Venus in retrograde when I was born, it really just turned out to be like this is my path to learn not just self-love, but also what the beauty of self-love is for, what the purpose of it is for. It's not just, oh, I love myself, like, but this turned into survival. It turned into a survival situation for me. Not just, oh yeah, I love myself first and something, beautiful to say and to preach on and maybe teach on. It was about survival, literally. And so I remember looking up, I'm all over the place, I know. I remember looking up Venus in retrograde, like, on the internet, see what others have had to say about it. Like, what does that mean? Because there are real astrologers out there who study this stuff. Um, and I do remember somebody once posting or showing that they were showing that, you know what? I'm a little distracted because I need to check my food. Pause. All right, y'all. I just unpaused. I'm cooking my breakfast. I'm, I'm too good at burning my food because I be so focused. So, anyways, yeah, I remember looking up Venus retrograde and seeing something that resonated with me, and I remember it now. This lady, she had an article. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, I know the website. Just the information, and she said that she had studied Venus retrograde through studying other people's charts and like consulting them. Um, the people with Venus retrograde. And she was saying basically like Venus retrograde doesn't mean that you're gonna be like without love in regards to like relationships with others and stuff, but it might be just delayed. It's like it might just be delayed. Like you'll find, you know, a real love situation like just later in life. And so I can't lie to you, like now I'm 36, I'm like, this better be about that time. Cause I mean, how long I gotta wait? You know what I mean? But it's not just about waiting. It's about what has been needing to be done during this process of delay. Love delayed, um, the work that I've had to do on myself, with myself, that has for sure impacted my life around me, with family, with friends, with work, you know. So what I just did right now was looked up Venus retrograde online, and the AI overview says Venus retrograde occurs roughly every 18 months for 40 days, prompting intense reflection. Uh, mm, Intense reflection on relationships, finances, and self worth. It is a cosmic pause for reevaluating love, values, and joy, often reviving past relationship issues or old flames. These periods, which last about 40 days, are ideal for introspection rather than initiating major new relationship milestones. Um, That 40-day situation, that's making me think about when the earth flooded for 40 days and 40 nights or rain. Yeah. Um Natal Venus retrograde, it says which is meaning you're born with Venus retrograde like me. It says unconventional paths. According to a user-led discussion on Reddit, this placement found in 8% of births may in approximately 8% of birth may cause unconventional approaches to love and relationships. Internal expression. Individuals may be more private, reserved, or unconventional with their affection and social interactions. Deep values. There is often a focus on mental connections and internal validation over superficial traits. Karmic lessons. Some interpretations suggest this indicates skipped lessons regarding love or finances from a past life. I can believe that. um, Venus goes retrograde roughly every 18 months for about 40 days. The most recent cycle concluded early in 2025. Now that's very interesting actually because I did have a dream a long time ago and I've spoke about it probably multiple times on my channel so far already. This dream about 18 over 8. So that's very interesting. I wonder if that is related to like what I just said, like okay, am I done with enduring the consequences or the impact of this Venus retrograde in my chart, in my natal chart? But yeah. So so all that said, I'm still a lover. I'm still a lover. But life has, with this Venus retrograde in my chart, life has made it hard to maintain my love, my nature of love, my loving nature, my belief in love, my alignment with love. But then I realized no matter what I go through, yep, still a lover. you know, when I'm not allowing myself to know that within myself, um, I feel not present. I feel not real. I feel, I don't like the way that I feel. So, with all that said, uh, I was at the gym today and I had a thought. I had a thought and it said, a star belongs with a star. So in tarot, the star is number 17 in the major arcana, and it's also the card that they align with Aquarius energy. And I'm Aquarius. But 17 also equals 8. 1 plus 7 equals 8. And I often do see the number 88. And I've also had a dream of the number 888. But yeah, something came to me and said a star belongs with a star. So if you're a star, like say you're a star in any kind of way, even in the most simplest way, as a celebrity, think Jay-Z, Beyonce, like a star belongs with a star. Like you can't be a star and be with like a comet or you know. Um so that crossed my mind and I was like, wow, okay. Now let me just speak on myself. I thought, well, maybe that's been an issue for myself all this time because at 36 years old, I can't lie. I've always had a gravity to me, like pulling others in, even when I'm not trying. There's been things that happened throughout my life that let me know like my energy is different and unique. And it's not something that I need to ignore or act like it ain't real. It's always been this way since I was young. It's always been something about my energy or my spirit or my presence, and it I've been shown through things that happen around me or to me or for me that energetically I stand out, like a star. I used to say like a sore thumb, but now let's say like a star. you know, and so with that, because also with the way that I was raised and also my self love deficit issue, I would try to run away from that. I try to shy away from that, hide away from that, act like that's not true, act like I don't know that that's true. I just try to act like it's not a thing, but it is. Ain't shit I can do about it to make it not. You know, um, it's true. you know, so with that said, you know, a star belongs with a star. So if I accept that energetically, spiritually, I'm a star, I am that of a star seed, you can even say, well, then that means me talking to myself, if I'm with another, they have to be a star too. Like for real, they have to be a star too. And typically when I have dated, I ain't gonna lie, it's been big energy type of people, big energy type of um guys. And I mean, I even had a girlfriend once. Um, she was kind of special too, but I wouldn't look at them in the way of like, oh, are they a star? But like, it would be mutual attraction, first of all, but they would, in my eyes, be special, you know. Um, so much that like one, he was the main narcissist I've dealt with. He was a performer. He was an artist. I went to his shows, like he'd be on stage, and I was a proud admirer. But then when we started like making music together, and he realized I basically had the same energy, well, now it became a problem. You know, he started really playing games with our creative collaboration processes, and I couldn't allow that. So we don't make music together no more. Um, but the main thing is I had to realize that I'm a star. I am, and that is more than okay because that is how I was created. So, because I don't like to invite conflict, I don't like to invite jealousy or envy. I never have liked that, you know. So, yeah, I would just, I prefer my humility over my big presence or whatever. And today at 36 years old, I cannot um downplay that no more. I can't keep doing that. I just got to be me. And me being me means I'm going to shine like a star. And so at the gym, like I said, when I was on at the gym, it was like a star belongs with a star. If a star is going to be coupled with any other being, that being is going to have to be a star too. 88. 88. So, um so yeah, that is something that I've like realized, and I think I'm currently now kind of like understanding and accepting. Like if you're a star, you cannot, even the Bible says, let your light shine. But the Bible says a city on a hill cannot be hidden. Like you are the city. I think there's a reason for the concept of city lights. Like the city is where the lights are. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Like you're going to be on the hill, you're going to be seen, you're going to shine. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And the problem is, others are already going to try to make it to where you don't shine. But see, like I said, through my life, it has shown me over and over and over again the shine is going to shine, okay? like, the shine is going to radiate no matter what I try or anybody else even tries to do. So a part of my lessons have been to be comfortable with that. Like, that is you. Accept it. You know, that's you. If you don't accept it, that's not self love. Because now you're not accepting yourself for who you are. If you can see the stardom in another, why can't you see the stardom in yourself and you're a star too? That don't make no sense. And if you can see the stardom in another and there's a love situation or an attraction situation, then they better be able to see and appreciate the stardom in you too. And I think that's where I've run into issues. Like, I've literally connected with other people, yeah, because I'd say they're big energy, they're star energy, and I would see it and I would love it. But I guess what has been mostly happening is, well, they would see it in me too, but then that would make them insecure about their own, because then it's like, well, is other people gonna see that she a star? Well, I can't have that. So now I gotta dim her light. I gotta I gotta treat her in a way to where her light gets put out and I get to shine. Only me. You can't shine next to me. I want to shine by myself because I'm insecure about my own star. You know what I mean? So then it becomes that issue and we can't shine together. And it's like, but that don't make no sense. That makes no sense at all, you know? And so I guess I would attract and be attracted to them type of people who, just like me, weren't fully accepting or understanding of their own star seed energy, stardom energy, the fact that they are a star too. Because then, you start feeling insecure or intimidated because there's another star in your presence, and I'd be over here trying to love and they over here, you know, it's a competition now. It's and too much insecurity and all that stuff, and it sucks, you know. So, of course, currently I'm single. But that is something that came through to me as I was working out this morning. Like, a star belongs with a star. If you are born a star and you're going to have love, your love is going to have to be with another person who also is a star. And y'all going to shine together. Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I mean? And something also makes me want to say the sun and the moon. Something wants me to point that out. I have a tapestry with the sun and the moon. I think that's going to be my picture for my thumbnail for this reading, or not even this reading, for this message. I have a tapestry on my wall. It's the sun and the moon. And I did have a thought, like, we all know the sun is like a star too, right? Like, it's just closer to our planet, so it appears as the sun, but even a star is just the sun that's further away from us. The moon, though, because at nighttime we don't have the sun, we have the moon. So that means the moon becomes the star of the night. I just heard Whitney Houston, Queen of the Night. The sun and the moon are stars. They are the light for a world, one for the day and one for the nighttime. And they go together real bad type. you know, yeah. I'm not gonna keep this going on too long, honestly, because I need to eat. But that was the message that had come through. Like, a star belongs with a star, and if you are a star born with something like Venus retrograde, like I was, then the journey becomes to learn about why you are a star. Accept that you are a star. Love yourself as you are before you can successfully be in a loving relationship with another star, because that's all you're going to be able to be in a relationship with. You got to love your own stardom. You got to be your own fan first. And I had to learn that. I had to I had to learn that. And every day I learn that more and more. It becomes more of a solidified lesson within inside of me. it has been difficult because it's like you don't want to be egotistical. I've even had guys say to me like, well, I couldn't tell you that, you look good because then your head would have got big, and it's like, but no, not me, because I come from self-love deficit. Like, no, it probably would have raised me up just a little bit more to just even just the baseline of love, of self-love for myself, like, but everybody thinks about being big-headed and being egotistical, because I mean we have those people, right? But shit, some of us, you know we're just, I don't know. I mean, again, just think of like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and others like that. Like, what would they be doing if they weren't stars? And like, in any kind of other way, or if they weren't celebrities, because they were born to be stars, they, are born as a star in another kind of way. They'd be shining somewhere. They'd be the gravitational center somewhere else, wherever else they'll be, so anyways. Oh, also, I don't have much more time on here because my laptop wants to, my battery is slow. So, anyways, yeah, that was the message that had come through, and I wanted to do a message. I want to do some talking for this Sunday. Um, a star belongs with a star, and that's something that I'm just now realizing at my big age, and as well as, I am a star within myself. So, and that's just what it is, and I accept that now. And so, in the area of love, I want my other star. I want my co-star. I want my co-star. Matter of fact, I almost forgot. I wanted to read a poem by Rumi. I love Rumi, the poet. I love his poetry. So I have like 3 books of his poems, and I got it's called The Love Poems of Rumi. I took my book out to read a poem for this message, and I didn't know which poem it was going to be. I said I was going to just open up to a page, and that's the one I'm going to read. So I'm about to do that right now because I got the page, and this is how I'm going to end this message. The poem says, well, the poem is called I'm So in Love with Your Face. I love that. That's the title. I'm so in love with your face. It says, the poem goes, I'm so in love with your face. What do you think I should do? I'm shy to look at it, your happy eyes. What do you think I should do? Every moment, the pang of love makes me scream. For God's sake, what do you think I should do? I love that. I just always love his poems. Oh my God, dude. I do. I love that. I'm so in love with your face. What do you think I should do? And look, that really aligns with my tapestry that I got on my wall. When y'all see my tapestry, y'all gonna be like, that moon is admiring the face of that sun. Like, look at it. It actually aligns. And I've never read this poem before because I haven't read all the poems in these books. That is so interesting. I love that. That's how I'm gonna end it, y'all, because I gotta eat. My laptop is on low battery. I'm about to burn my food. I gotta go. I really hope you like this message for Sacred Sundays. And if you're a star, make sure that if you commit to a love situation with anybody else, that they're a star too. But know that you know first that you are a star. That's it. All right. Till next time. Thank you. Bye.